Thank you all for joining us at our session today. So it's all about the Great Cable Challenge, getting you involved for International E-Waste Day, and any top tips you need to know about our comms. Wonderful. So just as a quick introduction, hopefully you know a few of our faces, but I'm Neve. I'm the Local Authority and Environmental Partnerships Manager here at Material Focus.
I'm Charlie. I'm the Senior Marketing and Communications Manager.
Hi, I'm Esther. I'm the Local Partnerships Marketing Manager.
Fabulous. So just as a quick overview about what we're going to run through today. So a reminder of why we're all here. What is the Great Cable Challenge? What's that all about? Then we will run through some hopefully helpful things for you today. So our ready-made assets and how you can use them, what we've got available. We'll check in on timings. We've got a timeline of over the next few weeks, and then some easy ways of you getting involved. And as I said, there'll be time for questions, so don't forget to pop them into the Q&A and we'll answer them at the end. Great. So I would hope if you're all here, you do know who we are, but just in case you don't, so we are Material Focus. We are an independent not-for-profit, and we are behind the Recycle Your Electricals campaign. That is our UK-wide behaviour change campaign, making it easier for everyone in the UK to fix, donate and recycle their old electricals.
Brilliant. So I'm taking over from here to give you the reminder of the Great Cable Challenge. So some of you might have come to our last webinar where we spoke more about the campaign itself. So just a bit of a recap. The Great Cable Challenge was born out of that shared truth, that old box that you've got under your bed, the drawer of doom, maybe a bag that's sitting in the garage that's full of old cables and other electricals, broken ones, unused ones, and they're just sitting there gathering dust. But what a lot of people might not realize is that these cables and other electricals contain precious materials, things like copper that can be reused if they're recycled to create anything from phones, clean energy, even life-saving medical equipment. So Great Cable Challenge is a campaign that focuses on tackling those cables and other electricals and giving them a second lease of life so we can reuse the copper and other materials. It's an action-orientated campaign. It's very simple and engages individuals, communities, and organizations nationwide. If it just starts with just one cable, hopefully we can build into these long-term sustainable behaviors. So what are we asking you to do? It's a great campaign to get involved in with a small ask that can have a big impact. Why is it important? So getting involved, you not only be helping tackle e-waste, which is one of the fastest growing sources of waste in the UK and the world, but also helping to tackle one of the UK's fastest growing e-waste issues as well. So that being unused and bin cables. And doing this with a campaign that's simple to deliver and easy to promote. What do you get out of it? This is a tried and tested campaign. It is loved by councils and communities alike. And last year we saw a really high engagement and positive feedback from participating councils. What would you be asking your residents to do? So as I said, just starting with a single action to recycle at least one cable. And that's a smart and proven way to encourage long-term behaviour change. And who knows, once they're looking through that drawer of doom, they might find those old broken headphones, maybe an old TV remote that they could recycle as well. And so what would you need to do? At the very least, it's about an opportunity to signpost your local recycling services. And you'll be doing this alongside our nationwide advertising campaign, which is restarting actually as we speak. So if you're like me and the algorithm knows that you love e-waste, you'll start to see Hypnocat popping up on your social media, but he'll also be back around International E-Waste Day on the screens and radio too. So I'll just come to the next slide, which is just a reminder of where we're at the moment. So we launched in July, re-announcing that we were running the campaign again, and then shared our communications materials. And then throughout August, we've been having some great conversations with local authorities and other organisations, really excited to get involved in the campaign, sharing what their plans are, setting up some things in the community. And now in September, we're in that warm-up period where sort of amping up the comms. If you follow us on social media, you'll see us starting to talk about it more and more and just getting people excited and ready to bag up those cables in time for International E-Waste Day on 14th of October. And then in November, we'll be getting in touch with people to share their results and their experiences and share these as case studies. So in the environmental space, and especially for behavior change, sharing stories and people seeing people taking action is a really powerful way to make them feel motivated and inspired. So just a note to say, if you're going to get involved, we'd love to speak to you afterwards as well. So why are we here? So this webinar is really about breaking things down. We know that it's just an incredibly busy time. There's so much that's happening, not in the least of just environmental campaigns to get involved in, but also knowing that local authorities have a lot of priorities. So I'm sure some of you might be thinking, oh God, there's so much to do. Not at all. That's why we're here. We know it's really important to make things as simple and as easy as possible to get involved and to make an impact. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Esther, who's going to run you through our ready-to-use materials made just for you.
Thanks very much, Charlie. So yeah, I'll just kind of talk you through each of the bits of the toolkit. So the first one we'll talk through is the social media and the newsletter templates. So the key thing to remember here is that everything is ready to use. We've done the work for you. So all you need to do is share these on your own channels. That means there's no extra design, no extra writing, and no need to spend time tweaking. It's all there and it's ready to go. So your channels are your trusted voices for your communities, and residents look to you for information and updates that they can rely on. By sharing these posts and newsletter snippets, you're pointing people directly to the right place with clear and consistent messages. In short, it's easy for you, it's trusted by your residents, and effective in helping us spread the word together. Next slide, please. Thanks. So last year, thank you so much, we saw a fantastic number of people using our toolkit, and it's great to already see you sharing it and the resources again this year. What's especially good is seeing them used word for word, as well as adapted by those running their own events to suit their own local needs. Sharing these assets is such a simple way to get behind the campaign. Whether you're stretched for time or just looking for a quick win, that makes an immediate impact. So we've included a range of template materials in the toolkit. There's bin stickers, posters, digital screens, and more. All are print ready and ready to use straight away. It can be as simple as putting up a poster in your local library or community centre, or if you're planning your own activity, using the bin stickers and other assets to help promote it. So here are some of the great examples of people who ran their own Great Cable Challenge last year. They used the roller banners at events, bin stickers on collection bins. These materials don't just make your event stand out, they also make it help feel connected and aligned with our national campaign. Feel free to borrow the ideas from other projects and use them in whatever way works best for your community. So now we'll kind of touch on the PR. So if you're planning an activity for the Great Cable Challenge, we've created a press release template to make it really easy to get local media coverage. It's set out clearly with the bits you need to fill in, highlighted in red. You just add in the key details about your project and what you're doing, where and when it's happening, and how people can get involved. There's also a space to include a quote from someone linked to your project and a section at the end for your usual notes to editors. Right now, we've included one press release in the comms pack to promote the upcoming activities, and soon we'll share another for you to use afterwards to share what you achieved. The guide has simple instructions to follow, so it's quick and straightforward, and it's a great way to get more people hearing about your work. Here are some quick tips to get the most out of that PR coverage. A good story can go a long way in the local press. Make sure to include the key details, what's new about your project, what's its goals, and the difference it's making in electrical recycling.
Think about why it matters to your local community and the difference it's making in electrical.
Why it matters, and show how people are getting involved. Use engaging quotes from people in your organisation to add credibility, and if you can, include a case study from someone who took part or attended your event. A recognisable spokesperson, like a local councillor, MP, or if you're very lucky, a local celebrity, can help add weight. Finally, target the right media. Find local journalists, outlets, or influencers who cover sustainability technology, or environmental topics, and send them tailored pictures that highlight what makes your project unique. And don't forget, we also have our handy Great Cable Guide. It shows the most common types of cables, including the ones that might be sitting unused in drawers, and helps people find out which ones they still need and which can be donated or recycled. You might find it useful to share with your residents or to use at your own event. Even people in your office might find it handy. And if you do use the guide yourselves, we'd love to see it. Share your before and after of your drawers of doom and tag us on social media. And if there's anything else you need, just get in touch and we'll see how we can best support you.
Great. So hopefully now we're all ready to get involved. I found that helpful and I know the campaign, so I hope you have too. And just to recap, I know we've just had a few questions in the chat about, oh, is it live now? What can we do? How do we get involved? So the toolkit is all there. It's all ready to go, ready to download and use. So in case you're not used to where we keep everything, so it's all on our Material Focus website in the resources section. Really easy to use. If you haven't already made an account, simply sign up. Takes about 2 minutes to do, and then you'll have access to all of our commerce materials, not just International Waste Day. But as you can see here, we've done a bit of a screenshot so you can see where you can find it. It's under International Waste Day, obviously. And in there, you'll find the COM toolkit. We also have everything available in Welsh and a guide for local authorities. So that runs through some of the case studies and examples of what people have done previously and some step-by-steps. So, oh, someone's beat me to it. I was going to share the link, but it seems that someone's done that. Thank you very much. So that's where you'll find everything. And any questions on that, just get in touch. As you can see, my email's there, and also my colleague Tally, who will be happy to help with any questions you might have about what you're thinking about doing or anything to do with comms. And yeah, hopefully that means you've got everything you need to get behind and start promoting the Great Cable Challenge.